Welcome to my first video of 2023. I want to talk about issues football, the first video of this year. I want to talk about the English Premier League and the team so far. First, I want to talk about my team Chelsea, that doing a lot of signings here and there. And for sure, I'm excited with some signings, but not with others. But okay, do we have a world-class coach? I don't think Potter is a world-class coach, but to be honest with him and to be fair with everyone, we need to give him some time and we need to give him chance, because you look at other teams they have done with Pep. Okay, Pep had an instant success because he's a big coach coming from Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Then he came to Man City, and then he also struggled the first season because he had a full overhaul of the squad before he then had success with Man City. With Arteta, he has spent almost the last 3 years at Arsenal, and he have changed everything. The new team, the new squad, and everyone, like it is a new team, his team. So you can see patience, what it can do. Liverpool, Klopp stayed at Liverpool for like 4 years before he won his first trophy. So these things need time. It's not all about coming in one season or 2 months. Like Potter, he has been at Chelsea for 5 months. So like as fans, we are not patient. We are used to winning. So it is like we are calling for his sack. So it is not unfair. It is not fair. It is a bit unfair because of the injuries he has. He has at the moment. He have like 6 or 7 key crucial injuries that has affected everything. You look at Liverpool, there is a season that they lost only Van Dijk, and like it was like a disaster. Yeah, they managed to finish fourth at the end of the season, but they struggled that season because of just losing one player. So you can imagine now Potter is new at Chelsea. He is missing like 4 or 5 in key players. Like, okay, to be precise, there are 3 key players missing: Kante, James, and then Chilwell. Those are the key players that we are missing through injury for now, for sure. And any team in the world can struggle without those 3 players, considering their effect and their influence on the team. So, what is my take at Chelsea at the moment? For me, okay, I don't believe Potter is the world-class coach, but let us give him time. Give him also chance. I think it is important that what he does this month in terms of transfer market, it will be very decisive to what we expect from him. And then I'll go to the summer spending. So far, Chelsea have spent like 460 million pounds since the new owners came at Chelsea last summer to now. We have spent so, but I think we have made some decisive signings that some of our signings at the end of the Abramovich era, the signings have been of like jokes, like panic buys, signings that we were not precise on what do we want and what can we do on the market. But at the moment, I think we are building something special for real. And with the incoming of Mudryk, I think it's one signing that has excited me so much. I know we stole him from Arsenal, but that is how the market is. If you don't act, another team is there watching and another team will act. So, but I'm excited because you look at Mudryk, I think it is one of the signings that we have made that since Hazard left in 2018 to go to Real Madrid, that is the signing now we have made a serious signing. Because look at, we don't have a winger that can beat a good player one-on-one situations. And any team that wins the league, you can compare the Man Cities, the Chelsea that won the league before, Man United that used to dominate the EPL. You have to have those unique players. You have to have good players one-on-one, creative players in terms of midfield, and a strong back four. So I can compare like We compare the Chelsea that used to win titles. We had Hazard, was a good one-on-one player. Kante in midfield. We had Fabregas, distributor of the ball. We had the likes of Terry, Cahill, Ivanovic, Azpilicueta at his time, the Achille Coles. So you look at that team, the spine was right. And then look at the Man City that have dominated the league in the past years. They had a fantastic goalkeeper in Henderson. They had a defense of Ruben Diaz and company before he left. And then midfield, they had Fernandinho. And then they had Kevin De Bruyne to supply the ball, the creativity. And then, of course, Aguero. And then the Sterling, the Mahrez. Okay, all around, you can see that this team is a creative team. Then you look at Liverpool. Liverpool, they have had Mo Salah, they have had Mane. Right now they have Salah, they have Diaz, although he's injured, but Diaz. And then in the midfield they have Fabinho, and then they have Thiago Alcantara, and then they have Van Dijk, they have Arnold, they have Robertson. Those players bring on in crosses whereby they play well. So you look at that team, the combination of team, and then you see the ideas. They have a pacey winger in Salah. They have at least somebody who is pumping forward. They have a holding midfielder. They have a strong defense. They have a good goalkeeper. That is a proper team. Come to Arsenal. Arsenal, they have taken time to build their team. Okay, they haven't won something, but they look like a real deal right now. They look like a top team at the moment, and possibly they are going to win the league. So you look like they have a defense that understands what they are doing. They have a midfield in Partey who is sitting there, a number 6, and then they have Odegaard as a player, creative player, maybe the second best in the league or the best creative player at the moment in the league in Odegaard. They have a pacey winger in Martinelli. They have Saka who is on fire. He can take on people, he can dribble, he has pace. So you look, that is a proper team. But come to Chelsea, even under Thomas Tuchel, it's only Reece James, Chilwell, and Kante. Those people are making things happen. But we be honest with Chelsea, even if we had Tuchel at the moment, Tuchel was not going to win us the Premier League. Tuchel was like, he was a tournament coach, whereby you can defend, have luck, have 1-2 spaces, have 1-2 opportunities, and then nick the goal, and then you are through to the next round. He won the Champions League, he won the Super Cup, he won the Club World Cup. Okay, nice, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I don't think Tuchel could have won us the league anyway. But the signings we are making today, and we are making right now, I think we are on course. This season, yeah, it has been average, but I know we are going to improve. We have Asama, we have this new addition, especially the Modric one, and then Joao Felix. These is signings that will propel Chelsea, and Chelsea will be contenders next season. Because you look at, let's hope Modric settles in well. Okay, you can also compare the side like Man United. Man United also, when Ten Hag came in, he started with the basis, and the basics were he wanted a holding midfielder, something that has had Man United for some time, for so long, because they have never had a holding midfielder since Carrick left the team. But with Casemiro coming in, he has made everything look like simple in the midfield. They are calm in midfield. They have Bruno Fernandes who can supply the ball. They have Eriksen who can do the same with the pace of Rashford. Okay, Anthony can beat people, but Anthony has a lot of... Okay, he's still a kid. Like, he needs to mature up this game so that he comes up to be a very serious winger in world football. He has a talent. The potential is there to be one of the greatest wingers, but he needs some serious coaching in terms of what can you do in this moment, what can you do in the next moment. So Chelsea, I think we are making signings that we are moving towards that direction of those elite clubs, whereby right now we have wingers in Felix who is good one-on-one. He has pace. And then we have Modric, watching the Modric. Modric is a real deal. If he settles in well, we have a proper player there because he has pace, good one-on-one, he can shoot. So things are looking good. So the problem now, what we need to address, I think it is the midfield. The midfield has a problem. We need like a Fabregas like player, and I think we could go all out. For me, if you ask me, it is crazy amount of money, but we could go all out and get Enzo Fernandez. I think he's a really young, exciting player, World Cup winner with Argentina. But it is a player who, you look at his stats, crosses in the opposition box and half excellence above almost every midfielder in Europe at the moment. So he's a good, young, promising player. We can go for Enzo Fernandez, and then we look at how Kante is, and then probably we can buy Zakaria on a permanent basis. Then let's leave Jorginho to leave. We have some players that need just to leave Chelsea. The likes of Jorginho, Azpilicueta at the moment, he has been a great servant of the club. But Azpilicueta, Jorginho, Koulibaly, although he came in the summer, but I don't think he will help us. Because you look at position of Koulibaly, we have Badiashile. He had a good game yesterday. And then we have Lewy Coyle, who is at Brighton on loan. And that young man is playing well. So I think with that, and then Fofana will also come back. Fofana, we have seen what he has done at Leicester. He's a bright player, young, 21 years of age. So I think if he comes back from the injury, he will be there. So I don't see where Koulibaly will play in this team. So the earlier the better. We need to move him on. And then we have people like Azpilicueta need to retire. Jorginho, you need to find a new club. Mateo Kovacic, for me, if we get like Enzo Fernandez, then make Zakaria loan to be a permanent deal, I think we can, Mateo Kovacic, we can really think about him and we can sell him. And then Jorginho also to leave. Then we have Hakim Ziyech. I think Ziyech has to find a new club. We have people like Sterling, although he came in the summer, but Sterling has to go. We have people like Pulisic have to go. We have somebody like Aubameyang also have to go. So there are like 10 players that we need to move on so that we accommodate the new players and some of the promising young players. Young players like I'm talking about Gallagher, because if we move on Jorginho and Kovacic, we remain with Kante. Kante, okay, is injury prone for sure. So we don't know how he will come back, but I know Kante is still valuable because he's 31 years. So we still have like 2 or 3 years in him. If we get Enzo Fernandez, that is 21 year age. So he has like 10 years to play for us. And then we give Gallagher a lot of time, sometimes, so that he can improve. He has potential, and then Mount also can assist. Then maybe if we have Zakaria, so we'll have like 5 players in midfield, and then with these young players like Chukwuemeka and the others, so we give them space. But these other old players, we move them on so that we create another new culture. And then I hope that we make Felix signing permanent. If it works, I know Chelsea will work so hard to make his signature permanent. So we are not worried about him. So we just hope that when he comes back, then together with Mudryk, things will work. So Graham Potter, let us give him time. You never know. Everyone has a first day in office, and also we learn sometimes. We learn on the job. So he has been a good coach at Brighton, but okay, Brighton and Chelsea, those are 2 different clubs, 2 different ambitions, and 2 different way of operation. But he has the capability of being a good coach. So let us give him time and make sure that we see. So my prediction of this season, I think Arsenal will win the league. As things stand, they will win the league because 8 points at the moment. They play Man United on Sunday, which I don't think Man United will stop them. And then they have a double header against Man City. The Man City of the moment, I don't think Man City will beat Arsenal. Maybe a draw. So something that can hamper Arsenal winning the title. Okay, we know Man City can go on these grace runs of 10, even 20 wins in a row. Yeah, they can do that. But I don't think this is the Man City we have seen for the last 3 years. This is not that Man City. This Man City looks like they are tired, like they are, I don't know, I don't want to say this, but they are complacent, like they have won everything, like they are just there. They are waiting maybe the opportunity in the Champions League, but I don't think they are so serious in terms of the Premier League and in terms of these domestic cups, because they are just there. And we can't say that they are affected with the injuries of the likes of Diaz and whatever, because they have a big squad, a world class squad. They have like 2 squads, so they are not a team that can be affected with the squad. So I think Arsenal will win the league. I think Man City will finish in the top 4. Man United will finish also in the top 4. Uh, then the final spot, it will depend. Newcastle looks good at the moment, but we are just still in round 1. We are now starting round 2. From next weekend is round 2 now of the matches. So Newcastle, yes, they are on form, but I don't think they are top 4 material. But okay, I am not ruling them out. But that the teams that I'm very sure they will finish in the top 4, there are 3 at the moment. That's Man United, Man City, and Arsenal. But the 4th spot, Liverpool can put together some 3-4 wins or 5 wins in a row, then they will be there. Chelsea also, if we win right now, like we just make like 5 wins in a row, we will be around there, around the 4th team. Then there is also Tottenham. Tottenham looks like they are out of ideas. I don't know why. Is it because Conte is not settled? Conte may be leaving Tottenham. I'm like 90% sure Conte will be leaving Tottenham at the end of this season. So maybe he's not motivated or something. There's just something wrong at Tottenham, because you look at, they have better forwards. You look at Kulusevski, Ken, Richarlison at the moment is back from injury. Look at Son. Son doesn't look like the Son we used to know. And then they have I think there's something wrong or something going on behind the scenes that people don't know or we don't know. But but I don't fancy them to finish in the top 4. But they are there. They are contenders for the top 4. So top 4, the 4th spot will be like a fight. Chelsea, we are far, I know, but in the Premier League, and the beauty of the Premier League is if you win just like 3-4 matches consecutive, you are up there. So it is not that it is over, although it is very difficult, it is challenging. But if we can put together a run of like 4-5 games, I think we'll be there. But the earlier the better. We don't want to wait until the end of or April is when we want to put in 4-5 wins and then finish in the top 4. It will be very difficult. But if we start right now with some of the new signings we have, we hope everything will go on. So that's my prediction, and that's my first video of 2023.